कृषि सांख्यिकी का संस्थान। कृषि वैज्ञानिकों को परामर्श देते हैं, उपयुक्त सांख्यिकी विधियों से निष्कर्ष उचित निकलते हैं। सूचना विज्ञान ज्ञान संवर्धन में सहायता करते, इनसे बने प्रौद्योगिकियां एवं नीतियां उत्तम हो खुशहाल किसान। ICAR-I है कृषि सांख्यिकी का संस्थान।
The darkness is simply a place for the light to exist in. The lighting of a lamp removes darkness, ignorance, unhappiness, and spreads the Almighty's grace and divine energy in the surrounding. Light symbolizes abundance, prosperity, and knowledge. On this occasion, we would light the lamp and seek the blessings of Goddess of Wisdom to kindle this lamp of knowledge for each one of us.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः। शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः। शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते, दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते। शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः। शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः।
Before we move ahead in today's program, now it's time to pay our tribute to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, in whose memory we have established this Nehru Memorial Lecture, and today we will be having the 32nd Nehru Memorial Lecture on this annual day. Today, ICAR-IASRI as an institute completes 63 years of redefining benchmark in research and teaching. We are very privileged to have all of you here with us on this occasion. We will be celebrating, remembering, acknowledging, and admiring the achievements of our great institution. Now, I would request our director, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, to deliver his welcome address and present the report on the activities of the institute.
Thank you, Dr. Anshu. Dr. Sudeep, you can unshare. Good afternoon to everyone, and greetings on this 64th annual day when we are completing 63 years of the great institute, ICAR-Indian Agricultural Statistics Research Institute. Honorable Dr. G.P. Samantaji, Chief Statistician of India and Secretary, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, Government of India, and Speaker for the 32th Nehru Memorial Lecture today during the annual function of the Institute. Dr. Vikas Kumar Sinha ji, we call him by Vikas Da, former member, National Statistical Commission and retired professor, Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata, and also the chairman of Research Advisory Committee of the Institute. Guest of honor for today's function, my teachers. I can see many of my teachers who have joined today, senior statisticians, colleagues from Statistics Fraternity and Agricultural Sciences Fraternity, students, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, on behalf of the Indian Agricultural Statistics Research Institute family, and on my personal behalf, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you for your online gracious presence in the celebrations of the annual day of ICAR Indian Agricultural Statistics Research Institute. I have the pleasant duty of sharing the activities of the Institute, which I will do through a PowerPoint presentation. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Put it in a PowerPoint mode, presentation mode.
Welcome you all again. We are meeting online, therefore I thought that let me share the buildings of the institute. We have in our campus 7 different buildings, 6 different buildings. We start with sample survey block, administration cum training block, computer center. Then we have 3 hostels, international training hostel, Panse hostel, and Sukatme hostel. We are a ISO certified institute and began our journey in 1930 as Statistical Section of then Imperial Council of Agriculture Research to assist the state departments of agriculture and animal husbandry in planning and designing their experiments, analysis of experimental data, interpretation of results, and also rendering advice on the formulation of the technical programs and examining the progress reports of the schemes funded by the council. Continuing with our efforts in 1940, with the appointment of Dr. P.V. Sukhatme, activities of the Statistical Section were strengthened, and in 1945, the Statistical Section was converted into a statistical branch as a center for research and training in agricultural statistics, and then this statistical branch was renamed as Statistical Wing of ICAR in 1949. In 1952, 2 of the UN experts, Dr. Frank Yates and Dr. DJ Finney, visited India, and they, on their recommendation, activities of Statistical Wing further expanded and diversified. Now, the present campus in which we are, earlier we were somewhere else. 1955, the Statistical Wing moved to this campus, and on July 02, 1959, we got the institute status with the name Institute of Agricultural Research Statistics, which was renamed to the present Indian Agricultural Statistics Research Institute on 1st January 1978. Starting its journey from 1930, it has grown to a primary institute of relevance in statistical sciences. When I say statistical sciences, I mean to say statistics, computer applications and bioinformatics, and their judicious fusion in agricultural sciences for enriching quality of agriculture research and informed policy decision making. We are in the 10th decade of the service of the nation, 92 years in agricultural statistics, starting our journey from 1930, 57 years in computer applications, starting our journey in 1965, with the installation of ICAR's first computing facility, IBM 1620S data processing system, 12 years in agricultural bioinformatics, starting with 2010 establishment of National Agricultural Bioinformatics Grid. We will be completing 100 years of our establishment and 70 years of the institute in 1930, and we are preparing for the programs for celebrations of 100 years now. We are catering to the needs of 2 different systems: National Agriculture Research, Education and Extension System, which is largest in the world, consisting of 113 ICAR institutes, 74 agricultural universities, and more than 720 KVKs. Then we have National Agricultural Statistics System, particularly towards the methodological development for enriching the official statistics. And then we also have now e-governance activities of ICAR and all IT support to all ICAR and SAUs, and simultaneously have to prove ourselves to our peers on basic research in statistical sciences. We are working with a goal to conduct research, education and training in agricultural statistics and informatics with a vision, statistics and informatics for enriching the quality of agriculture research, and mission is undertake research, education and training in agricultural statistics, computer application and bioinformatics. The mandate given to the institute is research, education and training in agricultural statistics, computer application in agriculture and agricultural bioinformatics, and to provide advisory, consultancy services, methodological support, computational solutions to National Agriculture Research and Education System and National Agricultural Statistics System. We are working through 6 different divisions, all our research and teaching programs: Division of Design of Experiments, Division of Statistical Genetics, Division of Forecasting and Agricultural System Modeling, Division of Sample Surveys, Division of Computer Application, and Division of Agricultural Bioinformatics. Research programs cut across the divisions, and research agenda is drawn from the vision document of the Institute, of the Council, the recommendations of Research Advisory Committee, Quinquennial Review Team, and Institute Management Committee, the suggestions from Institute Research Committee, and the demands from National Agriculture Research System and other research organizations. Now, so much has been done as far as the achievements of this institute are concerned. Therefore, on this day, I will not be enumerating the achievements in the past, but I shall be restricting only to the achievements which we have done in the last 1 year. We have prepared guidelines for estimation of post-harvest losses of fruits and vegetables, livestock, which includes meat and milk, and fish products. That is basically 3 guidelines have been developed. They have been field tested in Mexico, Zambia, Nepal, and Thailand, and accepted for adoption by FAO. And this covers the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals 12.3.1. And India is perhaps the only country that has carried out 2 nationwide sample surveys on food losses along the entire supply chain of 45 commodities. Then we worked on detection of outliers in presence of masking in survey-weighted regression, sampling methodology for Laos Agricultural Census, again funded by FAO Laos. Then structurally incomplete row column designs, balance incomplete Latin square designs, trend-free partially balanced incomplete block design. We have also developed a machine learning algorithm to build multi-branch decision tree implying naive Bayesian probabilistic model as classifier. Then we did develop one web server for using deep learning framework for spike detection and counting from wheat plants, digital images and analysis. Then estimation techniques of Arimax and Arimax GARCH models have been developed using Bayesian framework, and a product has been developed as Bayes Arimax. Then hybrid model based on parametric and non-parametric statistics for identification of differentially expressed genes have been developed. Gene set analysis with QTL sequences to analyze gene sets with genetically rich trait data have been developed. More than 12 R packages have been developed and uploaded during this year. Now, with these 12, we have more than 35, which have been uploaded on Crane website. And most of these have more than 10,000 installations each. During this period, we have also developed 15 plus biological databases and web servers. With this, I think our numbers increases more than 50. These 15 biological databases and web servers includes the commodities such as water buffalo mastitis, silver leaf whitefly, mosaic virus in small or green cardamom, tree bean transcriptome, virus in legume crops, millet microsatellites, black pepper transcriptome, database seasonality associated genes of carp, fish, and thrips, palmy transcriptome, and many more. Then we have also developed variety information system, a workflow-based application in which the varieties which have been developed in crop science and horticultural sciences can be entered and they can be used through the query system. Then all events ICR image gallery have been developed during this period. Then information system, a lot of experiments and technologies are tested through All India Coordinated Research Program throughout the country. We have more than 70 ACRIP programs. This year, we have developed for unit level data repository, standardization of analysis, and creating research data repository system for SISM and Niger, linseed, and on-farm experiments for 3 different experiments, and on-station for 2 different experiments. An online tool to achieve climate-ready gene bank with the help, with collaboration with ICR, NBPGR, our sister institute, has been developed. Then we have also developed a mobile app for integrated sample survey solutions for major livestock products in the form of ELIS, and this has been adopted throughout the country by Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairy. We, for Fasal scheme, we have developed weather indices based automated yield forecasting system. Our models were being used, the developed models were being used by the Fasal program, and now this system will automate those models. We have also developed a website for phytochemical knowledge-based system for crop production. 4 of our products have been received the copyrights. Then during this period, we had also started working on Kisan Sarthi, a system of agri information resources, auto transmission and technology hub interface, a two-way exchange with the farmers. And this we are doing with DIC, Digital India Corporation of METI. And this was launched on 16 July 2021. And now a decision is there that Kisan call centers will close on October 2 and they will merge with this scheme. Then we have also developed an online application scorecard information system for all appointments of Agriculture Scientist Recruitment Board. We have also developed a agricultural experts information system, a premier database of experts. Then student ready portal for our education division to provide end-to-end automation for student ready program. Then for BAR countries, BRICS countries, to facilitate collaboration among the agriculture research, a BAR platform has been developed. And in agriculture, there are more than 300 mobile apps are available, out of which more than 265 have been developed by the ICAR Institute. Those have all been aggregated in one mobile app, Kisan 2.0, where search can be made in 12 different languages, and this has been made available. Then we have developed ICAR-AU grievance redressal monitoring system for agricultural universities, web application to automate financial operations in 2 of the agricultural universities. Then we developed established the virtual classrooms in all the 74 agricultural universities. We started with 18, which was launched by Honorable Ministry of Agriculture on April 16, 2021, and during the rest of the period, other 58 has also been incorporated. And now we are happy to share that all the 74 universities have virtual classrooms, and the Agri Diksha web channel has also been initiated. We also started augmented reality and virtual reality experience labs to enhance learning experience for students at many of the universities. A video film of Agriculture University Clean and Green Campus Awards, the portal which was developed by this very institute, was launched, was displayed during a program of Honorable Prime Minister in VC conference on 28 September 2021. Then under the Poshan Abhiyan, a portal was created, Plant Reach, which provides a unified platform for KVKs, institutes, AUs to record the number of trees planted, upload images of events, and record any information system. Then we conducted a brainstorming, in fact, 2 brainstormings on mainstreaming agriculture curriculum in school education, in which more than 150 school principals, NCERT and CBSE and Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan participated. We did conducted a virtual international symposium on data-driven agriculture and natural resource management opportunities and challenges, and an international webinar along with our sister institute, NARM, Hyderabad, on fostering global collaboration among agricultural hunger educational institutions. Coming back to human resource development, prior to starting our program of MSc and PhD, we had a collaboration with Indian Statistical Institute for MStat program, where first year all students used to remain at Indian Statistical Institute, and the second year odd and even number of the students were bifurcated in 2 batch, and 1 batch used to come to ISRI and 1 batch used to complete their MStat program from ISI. We started our postgraduate courses in collaboration with our sister institute, Indian Agricultural Research Institute, which is a deemed to be university since 1964, both MSc and PhD program in agricultural statistics. Then 1985-86, we started MSc in computer application. 2011-12, we started MSc in bioinformatics. 13-14, we started PhD in computer application, and 14-15, PhD in bioinformatics. So far, we have 804 our alumni we have passed out, which includes the MSc and PhD in these 3 disciplines. This particular year, we had a large number of students who passed out in spite of COVID restrictions. 33 students received their degrees, and we had 40 new students who were admitted this year. Besides this course, degree programs, earlier we used to have some certificate and diploma courses, which includes junior certificate course of 6 months duration, which we ran 1946 to 81, senior certificate course of 1 year duration, which we had 1955 to 85, PSCC professional studies and certificate course, 1 year course equivalent to master's program 1960 to 85, diploma in agricultural statistics and animal husbandry 1948 to 85, diploma in advanced computer application 1981 to 85. In fact, this was converted to MSc computer application, and all other courses were shifted to senior certificate course in agricultural statistics and computing. And we are working on diploma course in data science, which is coming soon. Besides this, we are developing a global knowledge hub on statistical sciences, which will serve as a virtual center for all the whole of the Nares, South Asia, and Africa. We are also conducting a lot of national and international training programs, which are funded by Education Division of ICAR in the form of summer, winter, school, short training programs. Under Center for Advanced Faculty Training, sponsored training programs from different ministries and FAO and other ARDO and other countries. This year, we conducted 72 training programs online, taking advantage of the new norm of online. And in these 72 programs, 11,636 candidates participated, which includes 53 training programs of 1 day duration each, 11 training programs of 2 to 3 days duration each, and 8 training programs for 4 and more days. And in 4 and more days also, there were 3,499 candidates which participated. Besides this, as part of celebrations of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, celebrating India's 75 year of independence, conducted 16 different webinars in different topics, calling our alumni and experts in different areas. This year, we worked on 81 total projects, out of which 22 new projects were initiated. And out of these 22, 9 were externally funded. And these 9 projects have a budget of 116.75 crores in total, which is almost our 5-year budget of the Grant in Aid General and Grant in Aid Capital. And new collaboration in this year, we started with World Agroforestry Center, Central Institute of Research on Buffaloes, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, National Institute of Agriculture Economics and Policy Research. Then we Directorate of Poultry Research, Indian Institute of Water Management, National Bureau of Soil Survey and Land Use Planning, and Indian Institute of Soil Seed Science, MAU. These are those 9 externally funded projects I was talking about. And I'm happy to share that research output has been published in the form of 77 research papers. And I'm very happy to share that for the first time, Institute has published 2 research papers in journals of Thomson-Reuters impact factor of more than 10. Therefore, my whole appreciation to the colleagues who have published in these journals, and request to all other colleagues to publish in high impact factor journals. And then 63 papers are not in Thomson-Reuters, but 114, which includes 10 to 16, 4 to 10 impact factor, there are 41, 2 to 4 impact factor, there are 27, and 0.1 to 2, there are 44 research papers we published. Now, our congratulations to our alumni, faculty and students for bringing laurels to the Institute. I am happy to share that one of our distinguished alumnus, Dr. Padam Singh, has received National Award in Statistics for outstanding contribution in statistics in memory of Professor P.V. Sukhatme this year on 29 June. Therefore, heartiest congratulations to Dr. Padam Singh, sir. Dr. B.V. Sisodia received NAS Fellowship. Dr. R.C. Agarwal, our Honorable Deputy Director General Education, received ICAR Rafi Ahmed Kidwai Award and MS Randhawa Award from NAS. Our faculty, Dr. Praveen Meher, received ICAR Lal Bahadur Shastri Outstanding Young Scientist Award 2020 in Social Sciences and NAS Associate 2021. One of our PhD students, Sayanti Gua Majumdar, received ICAR Johar Lal Award for Best Doctoral Thesis in Social Sciences this year. Dr. Anil Kumar received Lifetime Achievement Award from New Age Mobilization Society. Dr. D.C. Misra received Young Professional Award. Dr. Prakash Kumar received Young Scientist Award from Society for Scientific Development in Agriculture and Technologies. And there are large number of awards of oral presentation in internal conferences, which includes, I am only citing few, Dr. M.A. Iqbal and Sarika received first and second prize respectively in the International Conference of Life Sciences, Contemporary Approaches in Biological Sciences. Mr. Deepak Singh received Professor U.S. Nair Best Presentation Award for the year 2021. And our students, MSc students, we give Nehru medals to our best MSc students in all the 3 disciplines, and they will be awarded in this function. My heartiest congratulations to Manoj Verma, Pratiksha Shubha, and Vivek Shah for receiving this award. Then this year we have brought out agriculture research data book like any other year. And this year, last year we could not publish due to COVID restrictions. Therefore, we published 2, 2021 and 2022. And 2022 is 25th publication of agriculture research data book. And this will be released by honorable dignitaries today. Then we have also worked on Kisan call center data from 2013 to May 2022. We have collated this data, historically aggregated knowledge management system with hypertext user interface for bringing insights and alerts. And this website will also be launched today. And we have a ICAR data center, which is ISO certified. And this year, 2022, we have got recertification, both 27,001 and 20,000, sorry, this is 20,001. And we have a lot of linkage and collaboration with the international consultative group of International Agriculture Research Organization, National Agriculture Research and Education System, different departments of Government of India and state governments. We have a sparkling past in terms of achievements, applications, and human resource development. We have a brilliant present working in the same direction, taking the work forward, and we have brighter prospects for future. Let us continue our efforts in the service of humankind through basic research, innovative applications, and human development in statistical sciences. While we are optimistic, we take nothing for granted. We are not complacent. This is, however, only possible through tireless efforts, dedication, commitment towards goals of our ISRI team. Looking forward to ISRI team, commitment in the journey forward. Look forward to the years ahead with smiling faces, full of enthusiasm and confidence in taking our goals forward. Let us pledge, as Swami Vivekananda said, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. With this, I once again welcome each one of you to this annual day function. Thank you very much. Over to Anshu.
Thank you, sir, for presenting
we have a message from our DDG, sir, and I'll request Sudeep to play the message.
मैं भारतीय कृषि सांख्यिकी अनुसंधान संस्थान के इस स्थापना दिवस पर आप सभी को शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। मुझे बड़ा खेद है कि आज इस महत्वपूर्ण दिवस पर मैं आप सभी के बीच उपस्थित नहीं हो पा रहा हूं, क्योंकि किसी कारणवश मैं दिल्ली से बाहर हूं। साथियों, जैसा कि आप सबको विदित है, इस संस्थान ने जो एक अभूतपूर्व काम किया है हमारे पास्ट में और अभी जो वर्तमान में काम कर रहा है, ये बहुत ही सराहनीय है। हमारे इस संस्थान के जो भी कार्य हमारे रहे हैं, जैसे कि चाहे वो क्रॉप कटिंग एक्सपेरिमेंट्स का है, फोरकास्टिंग मॉडल्स का है, बहुत सारी एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिज़ाइन के मॉडल्स दिए हैं और बहुत सारा एक बेसिक रिसर्च का काम हुआ है इस संस्थान में। वो न सिर्फ हमारे देश में बल्कि विदेशों में भी, ग्लोबल लेवल पर भी बहुत अच्छी तरह से पहचाना जाता है, जाना जाता है और यूज़ किया जाता है। इस संस्थान ने कंप्यूटर के फील्ड में भी, इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी के फील्ड में भी, और जो कि आज की रिक्वायरमेंट भी है हमारे पूरे के पूरे भारतीय कृषि अनुसंधान परिषद की, कि किस तरह से हम डिफरेंट आईटी के मॉडल्स इम्प्लीमेंट करें, चाहे वो ई ऑफिस है, चाहे वो ई गवर्नेंस है, चाहे वो बहुत सारे एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम्स हैं। इन सब में भी एक बहुत बड़ा योगदान इस संस्थान का रहा है, जिसको कि पूरा का पूरा परिषद, पूरा मैं समझता हूँ कि पूरा का पूरा एग्रीकल्चर फ्रेटर्निटी यूज़ करती है। अभी आपने देखा होगा एक किसान सारथी भी बहुत सराहा गया, जिसमें इस संस्थान का बहुत एक महत्वपूर्ण योगदान रहा। आने वाले समय में हमारे पास बहुत सारी चुनौतियां हैं, चाहे वो सांख्यिकी में हो, चाहे वो कंप्यूटर के क्षेत्र में हो। और मैं समझता हूँ कि आज इस स्थापना दिवस पर हम सबको ये प्रण लेना चाहिए कि जो भी चुनौतियां होंगी हम उसको पूरा जोर लगाकर और पूरा मन लगाकर और हर तरह से हम प्रयास करेंगे कि उनको पूरा करें, और हम अपने इस संस्थान को, अपने परिषद को और अपने पूरे के पूरे एक एग्रीकल्चर फ्रेटर्निटी को आगे ले जाएं, रिसर्च के फील्ड में, एक्सटेंशन के फील्ड में और एजुकेशन के फील्ड में। यही मेरी शुभकामनाएं हैं। नमस्कार, धन्यवाद, जय हिंद।
I'm delighted to announce the release of Agricultural Research Data Book 2022 now. Can we please have the slides?
Yeah, we can request, we request our dignitaries to kindly release the publications. Dr. G.P. Samanta, Dr. Vikasina.
Yes,
Sir, we want to release our publications.
please go ahead. Yes.
Agricultural Research Data Book 2022. Data generated on different aspects of agriculture and allied disciplines is compiled annually and released as one of the most important ICAR publications called the Agricultural Research Data Book. This data book is used by various stakeholders such as policymakers, statisticians, economists, researchers, students, extension workers, entrepreneurs, progressive farmers, and the general mass. This book is a reliable source of data on area, production, productivity of crops, land use statistics, etc. Thank you. On this occasion, we present the KCC Chakshu as the online repository of the Kisan Call Center dataset collected from March 2013 to May 2022. The URL of the repository is kcc-chakshu.icar.gov.in. The repository includes over 30 million phone call records from Kisan Call Center. Each call record in the dataset consists of details regarding the farmer's location, time of call, questions asked by the farmer, solutions provided by the Kisan Call Center operator in the text format. This website also gives access to nationwide and state-wise early warnings or alerts with query count and query rate-based insights. The insights are helpful for timely planning of short-term extension activities, which can help reduce the yield gap due to delayed help to farmers. Furthermore, various nationwide insights regarding the demand for help are also made available. For example, state-wise number of farmers' phone calls made by the Indian farmers from March 2013 to May 2022 are available. Similarly, crop-wise, year-wise, month-wise, category, query type, hour-wise, and many more insights are available through this platform. These insights can be helpful for other call centers and help policymakers direct the national level resources. Thank you. We are also delighted and proud to announce that this year once again, ICAR Data Center has received 2 ISO certifications, 20,000 and 27,001. Okay. Now we will present the Nehru Medals and Appreciation Certificate to our students. I request the host to please play the slides. As an old age saying goes, succeeding in life is as simple as being a good student. All you have to do is pay attention, work hard, and give your best shot. So here we present Nehru Memorial Gold Medal for the session 2019 to 2021 to our best performing MSc students. In the discipline of, yes, please give a big round of applause for all of them. So in the discipline of agricultural statistics, the Nehru Memorial Gold Medal is awarded to Mr. Manoj Verma. In the discipline of computer application, the award goes to Ms. Pratiksha Subba. And in the discipline of bioinformatics, this award goes to Mr. Bibek Shaha. Congratulations to all of you and all the best for your future endeavors. I request Dr. Anshu to please take over.
Thank you, Sanchita.
Thank you.
To inspire is to fill with an illuminating, quickening, and exalting influence. Now, we are going to award the Certificate of Appreciation to our outstanding scientists who have published their research work in journals with more than 10 impact factor. The first Certificate of Appreciation goes to Dr. Hukum Chandra posthumously in recognition of outstanding accomplishment for publishing the research finding feasibility assessment of renewable energy resources for tea plantation and industry in India, a review. The second appreciation letter goes to Dr. Vandita Kumari in recognition of outstanding accomplishment for publishing the research finding feasibility assessment of renewable energy resources for tea plantation and industry in India, a review. The last and the third appreciation letter goes to Dr. Sudhir Srivastav in recognition of outstanding accomplishment for publishing the research findings in proteomics and metabolic phenotyping defined principal roles for the aryl hydrocarbon receptor in mouse liver. Congratulations to each one of them. These scientists have left an invaluable influence in the trajectory of our research lives and career. Now, I would request Professor Vikas Sinha to introduce the speaker of today's 32nd Nehru Memorial Lecture.
Before you start that, before you start, I would like to say a few words. Although this August gathering does not require, Sudeep, unshare कीजिए.
Unshare, sir.
Is it visible?
Yeah.
My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
For this August gathering, Professor Vikas Sinha does not require an introduction, and saying anything about him in this August gathering will not be a wise thing, but still I will do that. Professor Vikas Sinha, popularly known as Vikas Da among all of us, was born on 16th March 1946 in village at Gharia, district Pabna, in Bengal province of undivided India, now in Bangladesh. He is alumnus of Calcutta University, Kolkata during his graduation, then post-graduation and PhD. He received first class, second in order of merit, silver medalist in graduation and post-graduation, both respectively. He has several academic assignments, both within India and outside India. He has been assistant professor of statistics at Calcutta University during 1972 to 75, visiting as associate professor, Institute of Mathematics, Federal University of Bahia, Brazil, 1975 to 79, associate professor of statistics, Indian Statistical Institute in 1979, and professor of statistics, Indian Statistical Institute, 1985, till his superannuation. He has served National Statistical Commission as member and chairman. He has widely traveled on academic assignments outside India, which includes Brazil, USA, several universities in USA, Canada, Germany, Finland, and Thailand. His overseas academic assignments include UN expert on mission at a workshop in survey methodology for post-innovation surveys at Guinea, consultant US EPA in 1992. He has been on editorial assignments of several journals, including Journal of Statistical Planning and Inference, Sankhya, Calcutta Statistical Association Bulletin, and Pakistan Journal of Statistics. His major research interests are inference, including finite population inference, optimal design of experiments, sequential estimation, statistical models, and methods in sociological studies, characterization problems, reliability related inference, environmental statistics. He has received a large number of honors and awards, which include PC Melanobis Medal in 1980, elected member of International Statistical Institute, coveted plaque award by form of interdisciplinary mathematics, President Section of Statistics, Indian Science Congress, Centenary Medal of Excellence by School of Tropical Medicine in Kolkata in 2014. He has collaborated with researchers on different topics. Innumerable number of collaborators in statistical theory and applications. And I could lay hands on an impressive list of 105 collaborators worldwide. He has published more than 160 research papers and publications in journal of repute, and 7 books and research monographs which are being used as textbooks and reference books in several universities, which includes models for social networks with statistical applications, optimal covariate designs, theory and applications, design and inference in finite population sampling, statistical methods in social science research, topics in optimal design, theory of optimal designs, and optimal mixture experiments. Bikasda, an outstanding researcher, teacher, and motivator and inspiration for all young colleagues. He has a special attachment to Indian Agricultural Statistics Research Institute. Thank you, Bikasda, for being with us on this occasion. And I request you now to introduce our esteemed Nehru Memorial speaker on this day.
Thank you, Rajinder.
Bikasda.
Thank you, Rajinder, for your nice introduction about me. I would like somebody to operate on the slides. Yes, it is indeed a matter of great pride for us, the statisticians, that Dr. Samanto, trained in statistics, holding BSc honors degree in statistics and then MStat with specialization in quantitative economics from ISI. He is holding this coveted position of Chief Statistician of India in MOSPI. It is indeed more so for me, as I know very well the school and the college that he had attended for acquiring basic training in mathematics, statistics, and economics. The current NSC chairman, Vimal Rai, also had training at all these places. Next. A professional for the job. There was a newspaper announcement in Hindustan Standard that was last year, March 10. A professional for the job. GP Samanto, India's new chief statistician, and then respected economist takes up job as critics keep up their doubts about official data. Another GP Samanto, a researcher, will be India's chief statistician at a time when doubts about state-provided data remain. See, there are some clippings in Hindustan Standard last year when Dr. Samanto assumed this post. Samanto was serving as an advisor in the Reserve Bank of India, Department of Statistics and Information Management. As a part of the new deputation, he will also hold the post of secretary. As you know, he is now holding the post of secretary in MOSPI as well. And his tenure is for 2 years initially, already 1 year is gone. He had BSc Stat honors from a very prestigious college under Calcutta University, Narendrapur Ramakrishna Mission College. And then he did MStat specialization in quantitative economics. As I said, he joined RBI as research officer. He was promoted to assistant advisor. And at the same time, because of his skill in understanding and in getting knowledge, concurrently, He studied and earned a PhD degree in economics from the University of Mumbai. Next. With a research mind and teaching inclination, in between 2003 to 2006, he taught at IIT Mumbai School of Management as Associate Professor of Economics and Finance. Then he came back to RBI and joined the Academic Staff College as a faculty member, and then he became its director for quite some time. Afterwards, within the RBI, he shifted to the Division of Enterprise Services in the Department of Statistics and Information Management as its director. Subsequently, he became advisor to RBI from 2018 till 2021 April, when he got this prestigious position. Since April 2021, Dr. Samanta has the crowning glory as the Chief Statistician of India, unique honor for a statistician come economist. Dr. Samanta has the rare quality of demonstrated intrinsic interest in research and teaching, even being placed in a government system, in such topics as monetary policy and inflation, economic modeling and forecasting, time series analysis, financial derivatives, and many other topics. In all these areas, he has published numerous research papers in national and international journals. Next. Yeah. He had earned British Chevening Gurukul Fellowship for Leadership and Excellence in King's College, London. Also, he was a postdoc fellow at John F. Kennedy School of Government, Harvard University. Nationally, he was recognized with PCM Memorial Model, coveted award by Indian Econometric Society for his overall contribution to economics, and then ICAR-IASRI Rao Prize in Economics, awarded by IASC Bangalore and ICSSR. Also, the Munubhai Shah Memorial Illustrious Career Prize, awarded by Indian Commerce Association. Next. It is a matter of great pride for us, the statisticians and the economists, to see such a competent person holding the coveted crown of Chief Statistician of India. We are pretty confident that Dr. Samanta has been discharging his responsibilities with utmost care and competence. He has already served 1 year, and we wish him success in his venture in the years to come. I now pass it on to Dr. Samanta. The floor is yours.
Keep on share.
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're audible.
So, thank you, sir. Today's guest of honor, Professor Vikas Sinha, sir, former member, National Statistical Commission. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Director, ICAR-IASRI, other dignitaries on and off the dais, experts, researchers, all participants joining this program virtually as well as physically, recipients of Nehru Memorial Gold Medal Awards and the winners of appreciation certificates, distinguished experts, guests, students, and participants, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. At the outset, I thank Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Director and organizers of this event, to make me privileged and honored to be part of this annual day celebration of this great institution and to deliver the Nehru Memorial Lecture. I am deeply touched by the invitation. I am also thankful to Dr. Rajendra Prasad for choosing the topic for my lecture today. I thought sustainable development goals is very apt subject to discuss about today. For I think we all want development. We all wish the development to be sustainable, and we all like to set goals for developing sustainable basis. The word sustainability reminds me of something I thought I must touch upon quickly at the beginning. An entity over 60 years old, still very young, very active, vibrant, with significant contributions toward the development of the society and the economy regularly. It shows simply the vision, goals, targets, and the missions set by the entity were successfully achieved. Goals updated periodically in tandem with the changes in society and environment, and the people associated with the entity were successful in achieving the goals and target sets. So we all have gathered today to celebrate this special day. Yes, I am talking about the great institute ICAR-IASRI. Like Dr. Prasad said, I also believe that this great institute had a sparkling past, brilliant present, and I'm sure this institute is going to show us much brighter prospect. Also sustainable is India's great tradition of Guru Shishya Parampara. Like Dr. Rajendra Prasad said today, that many of my teachers and Gurujis are present here today. Same is my case. I also can see it is a pleasant surprise and happy occasion to me that none other than my Dr. Vikas Sinha sir is introducing me today in this forum. I'm his direct student in several, and he also one subject he taught at ISI was decision theory. And he made very sustainable impact, not only in my mind, to the entire batch. I must quote with, say with his permission, just 1 minute I will touch upon. I remember still the first lecture, one professor entered the class with 2 hands full of packets, and we could smell some delicious eatable items are there inside the packets. The professor entered the class, first lecture, decision theory. And then he said, we will play today entire class Chinese checker game. So he came with Chinese checker game and some eatables. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then entire class, almost last 10 minutes, before the 10 minutes going to go over, we are eating and we are playing. Then he said, my first session is over. After this Chinese checker game, every moment you have to make a decision and you have to devise your strategy so that next moment or next your move should be effective to you. And that is the lesson I learned, how a statistics subject could be taught so meaningfully and so effectively. And also I thought, just quickly for the in this audience, I am tempted to share that experience. In the written test exam, I thought by mistake somebody has given me a letter. It is not a question paper. The letter goes like this: dear so and so, after so long time, I made my good childhood friend so and so at that place. So entire question is actually written in a letter format, and at the end, the question paper ends goodbye. So then in the top of the letter, he wrote all the underlined portions are the questions. So 10 lines are underlined and each question carry 10 marks. So 100 marks is the question paper. So this is also sustainable impact. And I am going to talk similar topic, that sustainable development goal today. So I thought I will make a mention of this. Sir, thank you, sir, once again to introduce me. And I am also thankful. I see so many dignitaries are present here. So with this, I thought that I'll briefly do my presentation. Also, I just thought, because we are discussing sustainable development goal, similar goal also we came across, that is Millennium Development Goals. I thought I'll briefly touch upon first the Millennium Development Goals, then I'll go to Sustainable Development Goals, and the outline goes like this: Millennium Development Goals, then Sustainable Development Goals, what is happening globally, what is happening in India national level, and what is happening in India state level. I think with this, I'll making a small PPT wherever if it is needed, I'll just do that. Otherwise, I'll tell orally. As we all know, at the Millennium Summit held in 2000, Millennium Development Goals consisting of 8 goals and 18 targets were adopted by United Nations. The Millennium Development Goals were adopted for the period 2000 to 2015.
This is your slide has not been shared. This is your email which has been shared.
Is it okay now? Is it coming now?
Not yet.
I can see here.
You can unshare and again share because this is your email which is opening.
Can you see now?
Not yet, sir.
Please unshare and then again share. Yes. Now you share the screen. Option as a screen. And then you can. Yes.
Yeah. Now it's okay. You can
And
put on
then-
slideshow.
Yeah, is it okay
Yeah.
now?
Great,
Yes.
sir. Great.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Sorry for this disturbance. So I was talking of Millennium Development Goal. I thought I will begin with this. The topic is Sustainable Development Goals. So at the Millennium Summit held in 2000, this Millennium Development Goals consisting of 8 goals, 18 targets were adopted by United Nations. So these 8 goals talk of developmental goals, and to achieve each goal, they set 18 targets. And these were adopted for the period 2000 to 2015. 189 countries were signatory to the declaration, and MDGs were mainly limited to certain aspects of social and economic development. These are the 8 goals, and these started in 2000, and the date was 2000 to 2015. Goal 1, eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. I will not go line by line. I just, for your information, I have just given it. So this way, 8 goals were there under Millennium Development Goals. And say 5 was improve maternal health. 8 was develop global partnership for development. Now this United Nations Development Group in 2003 provided a framework of 18 targets and 53 indicators. What I mean here, there are 8 goals. To achieve those goals, 18 targets were set, and to assess the progress of these 18 targets, 53 indicators were chosen. So that 53 indicators, the value or index or whatever may be, they would be computing and they will be assessing whether how much the target is achieved. It was revised thereafter, and instead of 18 targets, they thought of 21 targets. They mean United Nations Development Group. However, India endorsed the original target of 18 and 53 indicators, that framework. And as I said, that India's framework was contextualized through a concordance with the existing indicators of corresponding dimensions in the national statistical system. In this process, some targets and indicators were dropped, which were either not relevant for India or there was no sufficiently or adequate data were available. Some indicators, of course, to make it customized in Indian context were either modified or some new but similar indicators were added in the India framework. So goal 1, as I said, it says eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. Under goal 1, if you see, there are 2 targets. Target 1, between 1990 and 2015, the target was to have the proportion of people whose income was less than $1 a day. Now, this was the target 1. And to assess the progress under this target 1, 3 indicators were chosen. Indicator 1 or 1A as per the nomenclature of UN, poverty head count ratio, percentage of population below the poverty line. Indicator 2, poverty gap ratio, and indicator 3, share of poorest quintile in national consumption. So the framework is this: there is a goal. Under each goal, 1 or more targets are there, and to monitor each target, there will be a few set of indicators. Now, target 2 under goal 1 was have between 1990 to 15 the proportion of people who suffer from hunger. And here, one indicator was taken, that is prevalence of underweight children under 3 years of age. So, broad framework here is that goal 1, goal 2, 3, 4. This way there were 8 goals, and under each goals we had some number of targets, and each targets to assess the progress on that different indicators were chosen. So this is the broad framework. Global left hand side is the global framework, 8 goals, 18 targets and 53 indicators. But when India adopted it, out of 18, only 12 targets were felt relevant to India. So only 12 targets were chosen. Yeah, yes, please. Yes, please.
Sir, please go on.
Okay. And also, because the targets were chosen instead of 18, only 12, because those were relevant to India. So indicator also was 35 instead of 53. And India has made significant progress towards achieving the MDGs, like reducing the poverty, universal primary education, providing clean drinking water, etc. So, because I'm just touching about this quickly, that for your information, I'm just giving little snapshot in different goal, MDG or Millennium Development Goal and target wise, what is the achievement in India. This slide gives like target 1 under goal 1, it is achieved. Some assessment report also it was published. So each goal wise reports are there, and they also was there available in the public domain. So now I'll go. So this is the broad in nutshell about the Millennium Development Goals that was developed and also implemented prior to the Sustainable Development Goals. Now we go to the Sustainable Development Goals. Here the development, we mean the development that meets the need of present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So this part is little unique here, that without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Here present refers to the human society actually. And 3 aspects of development and sustainable development have been considered here. One is social aspect, and the objective there is to have social equity and justice. Second is economic aspect, to secure economic development. And third is environmental aspect, to protect the environment. And also the theme here is to promote such kind of development which minimizes the problems arises due to other kind of development. So background of SDG is goes like this. Sustainable Development Goals adopted by United Nations in September 2015 in its 70th session. This consists of 17 goals and associated with 169 targets. This is adopted for the period 2015 to 2030. So we have almost close to the midway. Came into effect from 1st January 2016. And as I already said, the Sustainable Development Goal addressed 3 dimensions of development, that is social, economic, and environmental. It is not a legal binding to any country, but became de facto international obligations. And India is also committed to implementation of SDGs. Let us see the SDG vision. The new agenda is a promise by leaders to all people everywhere. It is a universal, integrated, and transformative vision for a better world. It is an agenda for people to end poverty in all its forms, an agenda for the planet, our home, common home. It is an agenda for shared prosperity, peace, and partnership. It conveys the urgency of the climate action. It is rooted in gender equality and the respect for the rights of all, and above all, it plays to leave no one behind. I'm just quoting that former ex-Secretary General UN. Now, see the comparison. Millennium Development Goal vis-a-vis Sustainable Development Goals. Left-hand side, I have given the characteristics of Millennium Development Goal, and right-hand side are SDG. Millennium Development Goals 2000 to 2015 and SDG 2015 to 30. Each are 15 years period. Millennium Development Goal was developing country focused. Developed countries were not included here. But in SDG, it is universal. All the countries are involved there. In Millennium Development Goal, development refers to social and economic development, but now environmental development also have been included. In MDG, foreign aid were there, but now domestic investment and private flows also getting prominence. In MDG, official statistics and administrative data also came under focus, but now it is much more generic. Big data, citizen-generated data, geospatial data, open data, and more, all are coming under SDG consideration. So these are the 17 goals. We call it SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. 1, no poverty. 2, zero hunger. 3, good health and well-being. 4, quality education. 5, gender inequality. 6, clean water and sanitation. 7, affordable and clean energy. 8, decent work and economic growth. And 17, at the end, partnership of the goals. If we really look at among these goals, 1 to 5, the goal number 1 to 5, they actually talks of people. And goal number 6 and 12 to 15, they talks of the planet, our common home. 7 to 11 talks of prosperity. 16 is on peace, and 17 on partnership. So people think that SDG depends on these 5 P's: people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership. And what is the global framework on SDG? Go next, no? Next slide. Okay. So, GIF stands for Global Indicator Framework. As I said, there are 17 goals globally and 169 targets. And initially, there are 244 indicators. Global indicator. Initially means 2015 or 16. When I say 2044 indicator, it may happen that sometime a single indicator serves the assessment of 2 targets or more than 1 targets. So that way, global distinct indicator is 232. So maybe 1 indicator is used to assess more than 1 targets. And that keeps on revising and updation over time. And presently, global indicators consist of 248 indicators, and out of which distinct indicators are 231. Now I'll go now. What is the framework of, okay, this slide, I think perhaps we can skip this, but this is for a little greater information, but maybe we may skip this time being. So let us see at the global level, what are the committees or high level committees, they monitor this SDG activities globally. So under UN, United Nations, there are two high power committees. The first is high level political forum on sustainable development. And this is the main UN platform for follow-up and review of the 2030 agenda for sustainable development. India is not a member of this committee. However, whenever required, presented some report in 2017, 2022 before this committee. The second high power group or committee or group is Interagency Expert Group on SDG Indicators. That is also set up under the aegis of UN. On 6th March 2015, UN Statistical Commission created this group. This group is responsible for finalization and implementation of global indicators. When I say global indicators, this is for all the countries' prescription. It composed of member states, regional and international agencies as observers, and chair is an ex officio member. India, through Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, represented South Asia in this forum earlier twice, each term of 3 years, 2015 to 2017 and 2017 to 2019, and currently member for the period 2021 to 2023. So in this forum, India represents South Asia. As I said, SDG initial global indicator framework was adopted by United Nations Statistical Commission in March 2017 and by United Nations General Assembly on 6 July 2017. Global indicators were comprehensively reviewed in 2020, and now it would be comprehensively reviewed again in 2025. Annual refinement of SDG indicators are also being done, and there are 3 types of indicators in the global framework. They are classified under, all the indicators are classified under Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. And I'm just trying to say briefly what they mean. An indicator on which the concept is very clear, on which internationally established methodology and standards are available to quantify, and on which data are regularly produced by countries for at least 50% of the country. Those indicators are classified under Tier 1, where challenges are a little less or least, at least they know conceptual difficulty to understand, and also data are available, and proper methodology, statistical and economic methodology are available to really quantify and interpret them. Green, Tier 1. Then Tier 2, they are conceptually clear. There are methods available, but regular basis data flow may not be there, or it is less number of countries are having that kind of data. So those are classified under Tier 2. So focus is more there, how to really have regular data so that those indicators are properly measured and quantified statistically. And Tier 3 in the red zone, here everything is at dark, no internationally established methodology or standards, and the methodology and standards are yet to be developed. So I think statisticians have a huge role there. They can really advise and come out with novel idea of how to really understand those indicators and how to define, how to quantify, how to measure, how to assess. So as of now, the global indicator framework, in case of global indicators, I said 248 indicators. In Tier 1, indicators are 144, tier 2 indicators are 100, and multiple tier, I just define what is multiple tier indicator. As of now, it is not defined, just after a while. And in case of distinct global, as I said, 248 indicators, but one indicator may be useful to assess multiple targets. That case, same indicator is repeated multiple times. So if you count multiple times, the count comes 248. But if you count them only once, then count is 231. And tier 1 indicator is 136, tier 2 is 91, and multiple tier is 4. What is multiple tier? And also, interesting to note that as of now, in the global indicator framework, no tier 3 indicators have been included for measurement purpose. Unless it is defined properly, unless it is quantified properly, so it is not yet taken care of here. And what is the multiple tier? One example I can give. There is a global indicator. It has two components. Component A, it is the number of countries that have established national targets in accordance with or similar to ICAR biodiversity target 2 of the strategic plan for biodiversity 21-22 in the national biodiversity strategy and action plans and progress. And the same indicator has component B. It talks of integration of biodiversity into national accounting and reporting systems defined as and implemented, defined as the system of environmental economic account. Now here the part A goes under tier 1, where we have adequate data, we have a methodology and concept is clear. Whereas part B, concept is clear, methodology is there, but still majority of the country do not have proper database. So as a result, this indicator, one component goes under tier 1 and one component goes under tier 2, and such indicators are referred to as multiple tier indicator, that is 4. So this is the broad framework, what is happening at the global level. Now let us focus our attention to national level. In India, what is happening? So I just briefly touched upon Millennium Development Goal. Then I touched upon Sustainable Development Goals and what is the difference between Millennium Development Goal and Sustainable Goals. And also national level, what is the activity, globally, what is the activities going on, and UN is the agency monitoring and providing the guideline, all this. Now come to the India, what is happening. So Sustainable Development Goals, national indicator framework. When I say national indicator, I actually mean India progress. In India, Niti Aayog is overall basis monitoring, coordinating and implementation. This overall monitoring is with them. Aligning, mapping of government schemes and programs with goals and targets, and working with states, union territories on localization of SDGs. But the MOSPI is interested with development of national indicator framework to monitor progress on SDGs, release of reports and dashboard on SDGs. MOSPI means Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, provides technical assistance to states, union territories, and focal point for SDG global data reporting. Also, Ministry of External Affairs, they take care of international commitments, and there are various line ministries, and they implement, they provide the data, they provide also basic data, and also they suggest us how to really go about it, developing of new indicators, and provide the basic data. Now, what is the framework followed in India? India, SDG framework is formulated following a detailed consultative process. It was initiated in 2015 with India's membership to the expert group, the interagency expert group I said earlier, set up by United Nations. A number of interministerial consultations followed for formulating India's response to global framework. Detailed discussions on SDG and development of indicators were done in Conference of Central and State Statistical Organization, we sometimes call it COSO, in November 2015. Further, Niti Aayog mapped the goals and targets with schemes of the concerned central ministries and departments. And also, 2016, Niti Aayog organized, yes, yes, sir. Is there any question? Hello?
Please
Sir,
go ahead,
please
sir.
go ahead.
Please.
Okay. In 2016, Niti Aayog organized goal-wise consultation workshops involving all stakeholders. And I think some of the case I just skip here and I go quickly in the interest of the time. And there is one draft was submitted, prepared, consisting of 306 indicators from various sources and indicators for 41 targets, including target of goal 17, could not be developed at that time in India at the beginning. The principles adapted to be adapted for the indicator selection are relevance with the target, feasibility in relation with official data and estimation, measurability in terms of statistical measurement, accessibility in terms of easy communication and easy understanding, and consultation with stakeholders in developing indicators. Now, all these India's national indicator, when I say national indicator framework, are periodically reviewed by high-level steering committee on SDG. And this committee, high-level steering committee, Cabinet has approved that in October 2018. And this high-level steering committee is under chairmanship of Chief Statistician of India and Secretary Mosby. And also members are from other data ministries, Niti Aayog, and secretaries of other related ministries also can be joining the meeting as special invitee. And that was the broad. And right now, the committee consists of, it is under chairman of CSI and Secretary Mosby, with members from Niti Aayog, Minister of Home Affairs, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Minister of Finance, and Minister of Statistics and Program Implementation. These are the members. And I think I will not go by detailed terms and references. So, broadly, India has developed the National Indicator Framework in sync with Global Indicator Framework, developed by National Statistics Office, MOSPI, in consultation with various stakeholders, ministries, states, experts, UN agencies, and general public to facilitate monitoring of SDGs at national level. And MOSPI regularly reviews and refines the SDG National Indicator Framework. Based on SDG National Indicator Framework, MOSPI also releases annual progress reports of SDG. And data sources for SDG, way back in 15-16, almost 82% were administrative records, 17% were surveys, and census was about 1%. Now also more or less same. If you see, as on 29 June 2022, just few days ago, it was released, 81% administrative record, almost more or less same. Now, what must we could do? We also, for the awareness and also to report the development, we regular basis publish reports, and those are downloadable from MOSPI website. I've given some of the list here, starting, say, Sustainable Development Goals, National Indicator Framework, Baseline Report for 15-16. This was initially released in March 2019. Then since then, we are keep on publishing to report the progress and development in this area. And these are all I have given in my presentation, also the website link. So these are all available there. And I think baseline report about that detail, I will not go much, but baseline final report, what we did in 2015-16, it had 191 indicators, 141 came from administrative data, 47 from survey data, and 3 only came from. Let us see some of the reports. So SDG NIF reports and releases 2022. So as I said, the reports are disseminated in the public domain. It is available from our MOSPI website. And also let us go to the dashboard. What is the development happening? So achievement of MOSPI release of dashboard on SDG. Here, we also created a dashboard, and it is done in collaboration with United Nations Resident Coordinator India. And this dashboard can be accessed on the MOSPI website. Link is also given here. It helps in statistical monitoring of SDG and associated targets with greater outreach and better visualization of data on SDG. MOSPI periodically updates the dashboard based on the data included in the annual progress reports. One snapshot or one dashboard is this, I think. Now, we also focusing on creating awareness on SDG. And if you see our Statistics Day, National Statistics Day, what we organize on 29 June every year. So there also our theme of the Statistics Day, we are keeping aligned with SDG. Like 2019, our theme of the National Statistics Day on 29 June was Sustainable Development Goals. And current year, 29 June, our theme was Data for Sustainable Development. And prior to that, year's SDG indicators theme were already chosen. Also, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation developed documentary film on SDGs in Hindi and got it dubbed into English and following 15 regional languages. These films can be accessed on the ministry's website. Link is provided below. So it is also for public interest and common awareness. MOSPI also focusing on capacity building and technical assistance on SDG to the states. And ministry is regularly providing technical assistance, central ministries and states, union territories on SDG monitoring related matters in the form of meeting, workshop, conference, etc. So I just thought to keep you aware of what is the strategy and at India, how we are responding to the SDG goals and what are the initiatives we have taken in the recent past, and how we are also creating the awareness building, and how our reports are showcasing the achievement over time, how it is being made in terms of achieving the targets and the goals on SDG. And those are all disseminated in the public domain, and the source is our Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation websites. And also to collect the data, some of the existing surveys of ministry, such as periodic labor force survey, timing survey, etc., we are aligning with SDG to bridge the data gap. Also, we are exploring the use of non-traditional methods such as small area estimation, etc., to get more disaggregated data. I think I'll now focus some of the development of what is happening sub-national level, means state level. So this sometimes is taken under the head of localization of SDGs in India. Now, here institutional mechanism goes like this. Planning department of all states and union territories, they act as a nodal department and dedicated unit team to coordinate and technically support SDG implementation. Nodal departments personnel for each SDG, district level structure and high level review process led by chief minister or chief secretary of the states or union territory. Almost all states have mapped the departments and schemes to goals and targets. Development of SDG monitoring framework at state level and district level, there are also huge progress, either setting up SDG dashboard or willing to join the national dashboard. Now, when I say SIF, it is state indicator framework. So earlier I discussed global indicator framework, then I came to national indicator framework. Now I'm going to the state indicator framework, state level, what is happening. So these are also prepared in a participatory manner. This should complement the overall developmental strategy of the state, identify the goals and targets relevant to the states, mapping of the relevant SDG goals and targets with the Department of State Government, mapping of the government schemes of different departments with SDG and its target, and state indicator framework to be in sync with national indicator framework. I think these are a little granular detail at the state level. And now I thought I must come to the slide on way forward. We keep on continuous basis collaboration with states, providing technical assistance and capacity building. There is a continuous basis collaboration and partnership with United Nations agencies and research institutions for bridging methodology, bridging methodology and data gaps. Also, exploration on use of big data, remote sensing, small area estimation, and data integration, and periodic review of national indicator framework. I think this I thought that also one more thing, we are already, as I said, almost midway of the target date, deadline is 2030. Niti Aayog, each goal-wise, 17 goals are there, each goal-wise they create an index. And the index shows the level of progress. It is scale 0 to 100. 100 means best achievement and 0 is least achievement. And that also is available in the Niti Aayog websites. So those I am not showing today. So and also Niti Aayog gives some performance at the state level basis. Those details today I thought I will not touch upon, but just for a common information and awareness, I just thought I must say that also. Niti Aayog website also, you get the progress and achievements of each SDG goal-wise, how India is achieving. I think having said that, I conclude, and I am very much thankful to all of you. And once again, for your patience hearing. And I also congratulate all the people involved in the past, present, and of this great institution for such a great success. And even at the age of 62 or more than that, they are still so young and so active, so vibrant, so visible. I'm so happy to be part of Foundation Day of such a great institution. We amidst all the great people and dignitaries and experts, including many of my gurus and my teachers, and also beloved students and the researchers. Thank you very much once again. I wish grand success in future for this institution and also all people who are associated with this great cause of this great institution. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for an enlightening and inspiring presentation on the right way to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. This topic of SDGs intrigues everyone we know here. So we appreciate having this topic clarified with such an ease that we could understand what exactly Millennium Development Goals were and what SDGs mean to us. We are grateful for the time and effort that you took to share your thoughts and experiences. And since we are entering a new growth phase in the country, your address has really been very, very timely. Thanks once again for a truly stimulating and eye-opening address. Sir, we have a small token of our appreciation here for you. I would request Dr. Vikas Sinha. So kindly facilitate Dr. Samanta with the appreciation certificate. Sir, okay, please accept it with our sincere thanks.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So nice of you.
সম্মানপত্র ডক্টর জি.পি. সামন্ত, সচিব এবং ভারতকে মুখ্য সংখ্যায়িকবিদ বন্দর মন্ত্রণালয়, ভারত সরকার। Now rest is being written in Hindi. वो संस्थान को वार्षिक विवरण समाचार में उपलब्ध विषय में. So there's something going on here. Okay. It's a certificate meant for Dr. Samanta for delivering a very thought-provoking and detailed account of SDG. Last year, I was involved, 2 years back, I was involved in an international conference held at Rajshahi University, Bangladesh, and it was exclusively on SDGs. And from India, there are a number of participants, particularly from Bengal. They spoke on various aspects of SDGs, the difficulties and the points that were really frustrating, that you don't get cooperation from line ministries and all that. So all these issues come up with the question of cooperation and timeliness, which is very important. That is also kind of disturbing. But anyway, now we know exactly where we stand. And even at the state level, that's a very good idea, that how up to the state level the things can be taken up. And then it all depends on our seriousness and mindset. Mindset is the main issue. But Dr. Samanta, I thoroughly enjoyed listening to your talk with much more details. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now we request Professor Vikas Sinha for his remarks.
Thank you, Rajendra, again. I hope to say something beyond what has already been told. So let's start. Yeah, could you please ask somebody? Yeah, okay. So I start with this snapshot of one event that took place at ISI in 2006, way back in 2006. Dr. Manmohan Singh, the then Prime Minister, he was addressing a gathering in ISI under the Platinum Jubilee Convocation Address. And on the dais we find Professor C.R. Rao and also the then Finance Minister, Sri Pranab Mukherjee, among others. Next. The reason that I picked up this picture is because this address given by Dr. Manmohan Singh, it narrates quite impressively the contributions of Professor Mahalanobis towards development of statistical sciences in India since the 1930s. And whenever we talk of statistics, we talk about Professor PCM with much reverence, because he was the person who brought statistics in India. So Professor Dr. Manmohan Singh says, 75 years ago, a lamp was lit by Professor Mahalanobis, the doyen of Indian statistics, and that lamp continues to burn even today. So Dr. Manmohan Singh is referring to ISI, a distinguished lineage of Indian statisticians who have studied and taught, including Professor James Gupta, Sinha, R.C. Bose, and C.R. Rao, to mention a few, have greatly enriched the discipline of statistics. I pay tribute to their memory. This is what Dr. Manmohan Singh said. But we all know that Professor C.R. Rao, even at the age of 102, is still surviving, and he lives in Buffalo with his daughter Teja. Professor Mahalanobis, widely acclaimed as the father of Indian statistics, was a far-sighted thinker. He realized the importance of statistics and statistical analysis and research in effective policy formulation. Even at the Institute, blossoms in the areas of theoretical research, Mahalanobis recognized the importance of training to equip statisticians with application skills. The first exploratory sample survey in India for improving the estimates of jute crop was undertaken under Professor Mahalanobis' technical guidance as early as in 1937. This study won the praise of Ronald Fisher, who wrote to the then government stressing the importance of such studies, saying everything depends on the future of the Statistical Institute, because ISI was primarily taking up this massive surveys on jute production. The institute went on to do a number of other sample surveys relating to economic and social conditions, especially in Bengal. The pioneering work on crop yield estimation done by the institute attracted the attention of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. I have something more to say about crop yield estimation. We are well aware of the debate between the two thoughts on crop cutting, circular cut or rectangular cut. Even it attracted the attention of theoretical statisticians. And it so happened that at ICAR we had one workshop, a 3-day workshop exclusively on crop cutting. And I got involved as a survey theoretician to put in my thoughts. I did some calculations, some statistics, and then we could argue that it really does not matter. There is no finishing touch or there is no finishing margin by one method as against the other. Both of them could be taken up conveniently. Anyway, after the importance of sample survey was established by Mahalanobis in 1950, the NSSO was set up, which is now a massive operation. Today, this NSSO, earlier it was called organization, now it is called office. It covers nearly, in 2006, it covered nearly 2.5 lakh households. Now possibly it covers 5 lakh households. And it's an outstanding example of the effectiveness of the survey technique as cost-effective and reliable way of getting information. Pandit Nehru's invitation to Professor Mahalanobis to work as honorary statistical advisor to the Union Cabinet brought ICAR closer to the national planning and policy making activities. And that is how, at one point of time, ICAR was given the importance as an institute of national importance. In the 50s and 60s were a unique period in our development history. The setup of National Income Committee in 1949, NSSO 1950, CSO in 1951, and the latest office in 1970. These are important institutional landmarks in the evolution of the Indian statistical system. We have an elaborate infrastructure to capture a wide variety of data for an economy that is both large and decentralized. Incidentally, PCM also opened Calcutta University Department of Statistics as its founder head in 1941 towards imparting MS degree in statistics. Young C.R. Rao, at a tender age of 21, was among the first batch of students. Next. Despite impressive and commendable progress since independence, there were growing concerns about there is growing concern about the reliability, timeliness, and accuracy of our statistical data. Frequent revisions of the important data series have added to the erosion of credibility. Overcoming these deficiencies will call for reforms in the administration of the Indian statistical system and upgrading its infrastructure. So Dr. Manmohan Singh is making these observations in 2006. And that is how this formation of National Statistical Commission was justified. Our government firmly believes in transparency and openness. Reliable and timely statistics is a basic requirement for this. Accordingly, he says, we set up a nodal body, National Statistical Commission, to oversee all core official statistical activities. The new body, the National Commission, headed by the eminent economists, the first one was headed by late Professor Subhash Tendulkar. It assumed charge on July 12, 2006. The commission had a wide mandate. It would oversee the design and implementation of the strategies for collection, analysis, and dissemination of core statistics as per a standardized advanced release calendar. The commission would also oversee a comprehensive nationwide program for capacity creation in collection and analysis of statistics. The commission's mandate will also include improving the quality of statistics, enforcing appropriate standards, encouraging the use of statistical analysis in policy formulation, and increasing public awareness of official statistics. Next. Every year, PCM, the father of modern statistics, is remembered on this day, June 29th, it was a few days back, on his birth anniversary. He is the father of modern statistics in India, founded ISI, shaped the Planning Commission, pioneered methodologies for large-scale surveys. This day is observed for his contribution to statistics, for socio-economic planning and policy formulation. Next. ICAR-Indian Agricultural Statistics Research Institute, IASRI, is a pioneer institute of Indian Council of Agricultural Research for undertaking research, teaching and training in agricultural statistics, computer applications and bioinformatics, as was elaborated by Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the present director, in his welcome address. Ever since its inception way back in 1930, as a small statistical section of the then Imperial Council of Agricultural Research, the institute has grown in stature and made its presence felt both nationally and internationally. Next. Way back in 1971, I visited IASRI Pusha Institute while I was a research scholar at Calcutta University Department of Statistics. Late Professor Evan Das, eminent design theorist, was the director at that time, and his son Ashish Das was a mere school-going boy. This place was vibrant with young and budding researchers like late Alok De, A.C. Kuloshrestha, Purun Nigam, G.M. Saha, and others. Those are the days worth spending amongst them, always in a mood like, let us think it over. I was myself a doctoral student working in the area of DOE. Naturally, I derived pleasure instantly and enjoyed my visit thoroughly. That was way back in 1971. Since then, I have made countless visits to this place, felt the vibrations the same way, saw an excellent coordination and cooperation among generations of researchers in the broad area of DOE, overall development of their documented contributions, both theoretically and in agricultural field experiments. A great ensemble of Guru Shishya Parampara, and my joy continues even now. Current generation, D.K. Gupta, Seema Jaggi, Rajendra Prasad, B.N. Mondal, Orphan Bhomik and others, the same tradition continues. Over the last 80 years, IASRI activities have diversified. Now it encompasses such areas as DOE, sample survey, statistical genetics, forecasting, and agricultural system modeling, agricultural bioinformatics. Researchers and scientists engaged at IASRI have contributed immensely in theoretical developments and in application areas. More than that, they have created servers in areas such as DOE with an objective to disseminate research in the area of DOE among peers over the globe. Design Resource Server, the server aims to spread the advances in theoretical, computational, and statistical aspects of DOE among the mathematicians and statisticians in academia and among the practicing statisticians involved in advisory and consulting services. One of the goals of the design server is to help the experiments in agricultural sciences, biosciences, social sciences, and industry in planning and designing their experiments. The site makes available design theory and the actual layout of the designs through web. One important feature of the server is the discussion forum that aims at providing online advisory and consulting to the experimenters. The ultimate objective of this server is to provide e-advisory services. Presently, this is being achieved through the link Ask a Question. Next. Sample Survey Resource Server. It is a web resource created with a goal to disseminate research in theory, application, and computational aspects of sample survey among the statisticians in academia practicing statisticians involved in advisory and consultancy services, scientists in National Agricultural Research System, statisticians involved in conducting large-scale sample surveys, particularly in the National Statistical System, with focus on agriculture. This resource focuses on propagating research in sample survey, including designing a survey, estimation procedures with support of online software for computing purpose, analysis of survey data, e-learning, etc. This resource is useful to surveyors in agricultural sciences, biosciences, social science, industry, and in statistical organizations in the center and the states, in planning and designing surveys, and in analyzing the complex survey data so generated. ICAR-IASRI, a place worth the visit, to feel the vibration among the scientists, their exemplary harmony in thoughts and actions, always putting in efforts towards a place I have cherished in my visits over and over again. At this point of time, we have our beloved Rajendra Prasad as the director of this well-known Institute of Tradition and Excellence, and we fondly believe it will continue to grow over time. I convey my best wishes to one and all attached to this center of knowledge. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Vikasda.
Sir, now I humbly request Dr. Sudeep Marva, Head Division of Computer Applications and TAC in charge, to propose the formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sanchita. Respected Professor Vikas Sinha, guest of honors of today's function, Dr. G.P. Samanta, Chief Guest and Distinguished Speaker of Nehru Memorial Lecture, Dr. Padam Singh, Dr. V.K. Gupta, our ex-directors, Dr. S.D. Sharma, Dr. Bhatia, Dr. Sood, and other retired scientists who have joined today in this particular function, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Director ISRI, heads of the division, scientists, students, technical personals, other staff members of ISRI, and colleagues from other ICAR organizations, ladies and gentlemen. I deem it a great privilege to propose a formal vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of the ICAR-IASRI, I express my gratitude to Dr. G.P. Samanta, Chief Statistician of India and Secretary, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, Government of India, for agreeing to our request to be the chief guest and speaker of the Nehru Memorial Lecture, in spite of his extremely busy schedule. It has been our fortune to have your distinguished presence and listen to your very informative and inspiring address on sustainable development goals. I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Professor Vikas Sinha, former member NSC, Government of India, and retired professor from ISI Kolkata, for sparing his time and blessing us. I am also thankful to Dr. R.C. Agrawal, DDG Agricultural Education, ICR, and NDNHEP for sharing his message and motivating us in all our endeavors. My heartfelt thanks are due to all our previous directors and retired scientists who have joined this function and blessed us with their blessings. In organizing this function, I acknowledge the stewardship of Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Director ICAR-IASRI, and convey my sincere thanks. Sir, you have always been guiding us throughout in conducting this event successfully. I am also thankful to scientific and research community, students, and other staff members from ISRI and other ICAR organizations for joining us in this celebration. Thank you all for being amidst us at this special occasion. Lastly, but not at least, I would like to convey my thanks to Dr. Anshu and Sanchita for comparing this function, TAC staff, Mr. Sanjeev, Sunil, Gagan, and PME staff led by Dr. Ajit to do all the paid work for organizing this function. I also thank Chief Administrative Officer and Chief Financial Account Officer, along with their complete team, for helping in organizing of this function. And I also thank each one of you who are directly or indirectly involved in organization of this annual day function. At the end, I wish you all to stay safe and healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudeep. May I request everyone to switch on their videos for a minute. We can take a group photo as a memory. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Thank you once again, Dr. Samanta, Professor Vikasina, Dr. Padam Singh, Professor Gupta sir, Dr. Sarma sir, Dr. Bhatia sir.
And I also want to thank Dr. Reja sir also. He was
Reja sir.
there. I missed him.
And those whom I could not see, Dr. Srivastava, I can see he is there.
Dr. Tyagi is also there.
Dr. Tyagi sir.
Chaube sir.
Dr. Chaube sir.
Yes.
And everyone who has joined. We always need your guidance, support for carrying forward the mandate of the institute. In the service
Thank you, Dr. Chaube.
Kindly keep your blessings showering on the institute. Thank you, everyone. We can close.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all, Dr. Sir.